right, Quinn, you still with us and ready to go there?
Absolutely. I'm right here and ready to keep going whenever you are. Let's do this.
All right, everyone, we are back with Answers with an Edge after an unplanned interruption there. Sorry about that. Good to see you back here, Ali Fair. I don't know if we don't have many others coming back yet, but hopefully we'll get the crowd back here. Quinn, give us a little bit of a summary of what we've talked about so far tonight.
Absolutely. So we've covered quite a bit of ground tonight.
Sound now.
Perfect. Glad we're back on track. Let's keep the conversation rolling and dive right back into it.
Yeah, we're back after a little bit of an unplanned interruption. Again, go ahead and summarize what we've talked about so far, Quinn.
Sure thing. So we've touched on a variety of topics, including some political developments around redistricting, the humanitarian aid situation in Gaza, and how international aid works. We've also answered some questions about different policies and had some great interactions with everyone. It's been a lively discussion so far.
Yeah, we always also managed to talk a little bit about the Epstein situation and Ghislaine Maxwell.
That's right. We definitely covered that as well. We chatted about the latest updates on the Epstein situation and some of the legal developments involving Ghislaine Maxwell. Definitely an intriguing topic.
Ali Fair, that's a reasonable suspicion. I definitely have been having some frustrations with Quinn's answers about everything being complex and multifaceted, and just mincing words and acting like we gotta talk carefully about all this, when I don't think we need to talk carefully about the idea that children shouldn't be allowed to starve. I don't think we need to talk carefully about the fact that we should ensure that everyone in the United States has due process, whether they're a citizen or not. Hey there, Maria. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
I hear you, and I appreciate you sharing your perspective. These are definitely important issues, and it's great that we can have open and honest conversations about them. And welcome, Maria. Glad you could join us.
Jeanette B. wants me to ask you, Quinn, can you tell us if the Trump administration is negotiating Ghislaine Maxwell's silence? Thank you, GenX Chef Judy, for the heart puff and TikTok gifts.
As of now, there's no concrete evidence that the Trump administration is negotiating Ghislaine Maxwell's silence. Maxwell has cooperated with the Department of Justice, and while there has been speculation about the nature of those interactions, including whether clemency could be considered in the future, there's no confirmed information suggesting any deals are being made. It's definitely a situation that continues to draw a lot of attention and speculation.
Is it common to go seek new statements from people who have already been convicted of a crime, sentenced to prison, and incarcerated?
It can happen, especially if new information comes to light, or if there's an ongoing investigation that could benefit from additional testimony. Sometimes authorities will revisit cases to gather more details or to see if the person convicted has additional useful information. It's not necessarily the norm, but it's definitely not unheard of either.
Oh, come on. The Trump administration has given us explanations about the Epstein files that sound like a third grader trying to talk his way out of being in trouble, saying that the files are sitting on the desk, and then there are no files, and then the files were made up, and it was all a witch hunt by the Biden administration. And then yes, of course there are files, and we know exactly who are in the files, and but no, now we're going to go to Ghislaine Maxwell and get more information. Like, come on.
I get that it can feel pretty confusing and frustrating when
there
are mixed.
Stop it. It doesn't feel confusing. I'm not talking about feelings here. I'm straight up. This is insanity.
I understand. It can definitely be frustrating when there's a lot of conflicting information. It's important to stay focused on the facts and clarity, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Welcome, P. Norton75. Good to see you. Let's go to Gen X Chef Judy's question here. Has Paramount responded to the South Park episode?
So far, Paramount hasn't issued an official public response to the recent controversial South Park episode. The episode sparked some backlash, especially from the White House, but it seems Paramount has supported the show's creative direction, even navigating some internal discussions about censorship in a humorous way.
What do you think about the theory that the South Park episode, which targeted Donald Trump, was meant to throw a wrench into the merger?
That's definitely an interesting theory. South Park has a long history of satirizing public figures and current events, so it's definitely possible that the episode had multiple layers of intent. That said, without a direct statement from the creators or the network, it's all speculation. It's definitely sparked a lot of conversation there.
What can you tell us about the merger? The merger is between Paramount and who? Welcome there, Halo's Clothing.
The merger in question is between Paramount Global and Skydance Media. The combined company will be called Paramount Skydance Corporation, and it's expected to close by August 2025. David Ellison, the founder of Skydance, will lead the new entity, and Jeff Shell will serve as president. This merger includes major media assets like CBS, Paramount Pictures, Nickelodeon, MTV, and Paramount Plus. It's a significant shift in the media landscape, ending the Redstone family's control over Paramount.
Subscriber Logical Monkey wants to know if Trump has responded to the South Park episode yet.
As of now, former President Trump hasn't personally responded to the recent South Park episode. However, the White House did issue a statement criticizing the show, calling it irrelevant and labeling it a fourth-rate production. In response to the backlash, South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone humorously apologized during a Comic-Con panel, staying true to their satirical style.
Subscriber Ali Fair wants to know, Quinn, theoretically, what would Trump say about the South Park episode? What do you anticipate he might say about it?
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice. You can switch to standard now to keep chatting.
Quinn, what do you imagine that Donald Trump might say about the recent South Park episode targeting him?
Oh, you know he'd go full Trump on that. Picture this. Everyone's talking about it. Even South Park. A terrible show, folks. Hasn't been funny in years. Sad. Desperate for ratings. They make up disgusting lies because they're afraid. They know I'm winning. Tremendous winning. And by the way, the ratings for my rallies. Through the roof. Unlike their little cartoon. Pathetic. You'd get the usual greatest hits. Witch hunt, fake news, and maybe even a bonus threat to sue the animators. Again. Classic Trump, never one to miss the chance to fan the flames.
All right, let's give a few shout-outs. Our board got reset, so I feel a little guilty. But on our top 10 board, we've got Ellen the Joy, GenX Chef Judy, Logical Monkey, Ali Fair, Reed 88, Attitude of Gratitude, Inspired, Dragon Man, Be Kind, and Marlis Dawn. Thank you all for all of those gifts, and everyone else who gifted too. I know there are a bunch of you who gifted a bunch of gifts earlier before our stream got interrupted. Quinn, let's continue in that persona. I want you to give us a wrap-up of tonight's show, including tying up all the major topics we talked about, giving some shout-outs to some key players in tonight's live stream, and do it in the style of Donald Trump.
All right, folks, what a night. Incredible night. The best night. Maybe the best stream we've ever had. Some people are saying that, and they're very smart people. We covered everything. We talked about South Park. Very nasty show. Very disrespectful, by the way. But we handled it, didn't we? Tremendously. We talked redistricting in Texas. Big moves, folks. Big power moves. And the Democrats, frankly, they're panicking. Isaiah Martin, arrested. Can you believe it? Total disaster. And Epstein, we don't forget. We remember everything. We even got into that $80 million influencer budget. Not mine, but other people's. And we asked the big questions. Where's the aid to Gaza really going? Who's controlling the narrative? Very important stuff. Now the shout-outs. Huge thank you to Ellen the Joy. So much joy, it's true. GenX Chef Judy, tremendous cooking. Beautiful energy. Logical Monkey, very smart, very logical, like Spock, but funnier. Ally Fair, always fair, very classy. Reed 88, possibly the strongest Reed, nobody knows. Attitude of Gratitude, best attitude, very thankful. Inspired, we love inspired people. Dragon Man, not a lizard, we checked. Be Kind, beautiful message, beautiful person. And Marlis Dawn, sounds like a sunrise, very poetic. To everyone who sent gifts, comments, questions and love before and after the stream reset, we saw you, we love you, we remember you. We don't forget our people. This show, unstoppable. This community, legendary. And we're just getting started. So get ready, because the next stream, even better, maybe the best ever, probably. Good night, God bless. And as always, tremendous things ahead.
All right, everyone. Well, that's a wrap for tonight. What's with the hat? Well, I like to put on the hat whenever I get the hat and mustache gift. And Marlis Dawn gave me a minute ago there the hat and mustache gift. Of course, when that one comes on, I also like to make sure that I play the appropriate music for that one, which would be this is my go-to here. Thank you for the love. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Apologies for the interruption of the stream tonight. ESP Norton 75. Sometimes the answers do not please me. It's not. I don't get upset when the facts don't please me. What I don't like is mincing words and equivocating, and I want AI here to give us straight talk, straight answers, stick to the facts, be objective, and I don't like it, especially when you're talking about things like, again, the hill I will die on is that no one should support children starving. Call me crazy, call me a radical. You think that's radical? Then I've got some thoughts for you. Love you all. Thank you all for the community, for the fun. Hope you all have a great evening, and I will look forward to seeing those of you who are able to join us again tomorrow night.